Hello, Nicole here again with Blue Saturn Designs, and we're doing this gold junk journal. And so if you haven't seen part one, what we did was put together the papers and the signatures, and we made some pockets on pages. And then now in the second part, we're going to put these into the journal. And so I've already started the cover here. All I did was take this gold piece of paper. So I have the other half of the paper here. So it started like this. And then all I did was cut out these three pieces from one of my papers. And it's kind of a cardstock paper, so it's a little harder. And I just glued it on to the three areas. And so now we're going to make the holes for the signatures, and I have my template here. It's a little different size than this one. I don't usually make it, this one is 12 by 6 and I usually make it, I think this one's 11 by 7 usually. So it's a little different. When I was doing this, I scored it already there, and I had made the holes so you can kind of see them. So I just need to reinforce these holes a little bit. So I'll be using this awl, and this one's actually from a polymer clay kit. This is a beading tool to make the holes in beads when you're making clay beads. And so I'm going to use this to punch the holes in there. And we're also going to punch the holes into each one of these. So I marked my 3 holes, and that matches where these 3 holes will be. And then we're going to sew it into the journal, into the cover. Okay. Okay, so to make the holes on the cover, I would line up my stencil here, and I had it, kind of trying to make it even on both sides, and then make sure that's in the middle. And then I would use a pencil and mark these holes. And then when I take that off, I would take my awl here, and I have this nice gap between my table, so I can just poke the hole here, and I have to have a empty space on the table, and then I try to go down enough because the needle and the thread are going to be pretty big, so I want to make sure that hole is big enough, and I'm just going to do that for all of them here. After I finish the cover, I need to do each one of the signatures. I have the poster board in here with the 3 holes, and I'm going to just punch through each of the holes here. If you don't have, the gap between your table like that, you can just push it through this way, and that works too. And then you just have to make sure to take off this piece. I have sewed that into my book a couple times, and then I have to rip it out, so you don't want to leave that in there. And I like to keep those, a set of 4 of them, because I do 4 signatures every time. But you're going to keep the paper clips on there, because that'll keep everything in place and make sure the holes stay in place. So I'll do that for all 4 of them. Okay, now I have some wax string that I'm going to use, and this really big needle. And I got this string from, I believe, Joann Fabrics, but I think you can get it also at Hobby Lobby. And then we're going to sew these signatures into the book. You want to make sure that all your pockets are facing the right way. So this one needs to face that way. And let's see, I think that's about all of them. But I have in the past sewn them upside down, and then you have to take them out, so you don't want to do that. So I'm going to start from the middle, and then I'm going to start on the left side here. in the middle. Pull that through. Okay, leave a tail there. And then I'm going to sew through the top. And then sew through the top of the signature. And then okay, make sure that it is straight there and pulled kind of tight, not too tight though. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom one and go through the hole there. And again, make sure that's tight and straight. And then lastly, I'm going to go through the middle again. Okay, and then make sure I go through the signature. And then I'm actually going to go on the other side of the string. So this one is on the right side and then my needle's on the left side. Pull just a little bit, not too tight. And then I'm going to cut this off. And the reason why I have those on opposite sides is because I'm going to make a knot now, and I want to make sure that it holds on to that knot. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it. The wax makes it stronger, and then it also keeps those ends in there nicely. And then once you're done with that, you can take off your paper clips. And that's the first one in there. And I'm going to put in the other 3. Okay, here's the journal once all the signatures have been sewn in. And this is what the binding looks like. And all the papers come up to the same height as the cover on the bottom and the top here, and then just a little bit shorter than the side. And it's really nice because where each of the signatures have been sewn in the middle of each signature, it looks really nice because they have a pattern, so it kind of opens automatically to those areas. So it looks nice when it's a pattern and not just white. And so now I'm going to need a closure because it just opens up like this. So I'm going to take some ribbon here, black, white, and gold. So I put the ribbon underneath the top 4 strings, and I can glue it down there if I want so that it won't move around. And then what I'll do here is just tie it closed. There we go. And so in the next few videos, we will be decorating this journal and seeing everything you can do after you put it together. And then we'll do a full walkthrough as the last video of this series. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe and give it a thumbs up for more videos like this. You can also connect with me on Instagram and Etsy. See you next time.